Hey guys, back with another tip for you. This is all about thinking about rehabbing, right? Rehabbing can be a scary word. And so a lot of times people think, well, man, there's a lot of risk in rehabbing, or rehabbing scary. Well, let's talk about that. What makes rehabbing risky? Well, rehabbing for me is not risky, but I've been doing it a long time. But for the new person, or maybe the person who's gone out and tried to do one or two deals, rehabbing might be risky to them. And it really boils down to a few things. So number one is why rehabbing is risky is because you have a property that you have money invested in, and you have a time frame that you want to sell that property, and you have a margin of profits in that, which means that profit can shrink if that project is not managed correctly, right? And that's what makes it risky. It's all about the management skills and the budget creation. And so if we was to buy a house and we were guaranteed $20,000 profits on that deal, every time we bought it and sold it, there would be no risk in it, right? So what makes rehabbing risky? Well, it's lack of information. It's lack of education. It's not being clear on what the three main processes are to rehabbing, and how do you manage each one of those processes? How do you work, with contractors? How do you work with budgets? And when you identify that and you get really good at that, rehabbing does not become risky. It becomes, just like anything else, a management process. And that management process is, how well are you managing the performance of the people working on the job? How well are you managing the budget that you've put in place and not letting it go awry and get out of whack? Those are the things that help you take a rehab project from mentally thinking it's risky to not being risky, because it's just management, So when you look at it, you say, well, okay, well, Zach, how do I make sure I make those profits? But this goes back to what I was saying earlier. If you're going to make $20,000 on a deal, well, that management of that project and that budget and the timeline in which you do it in is what controls that $20,000 spread. So the longer you hold that property, the less that you're going to make, because you're going to have more taxes to pay, more payments from the debt service to pay on it. So that could shrink your profits. So you've got to understand, look, I can't be letting this property drag out. I can't let this contractor drag me out. I got to run this project correctly. And that's why we're always clear on the due diligence process, making sure we have a timeline expectation, and making sure one of the three, which is the resale of it, is accurate. So I know I'm going to sell it for this price. So where a lot of people make a mistake is they overprice it, getting a little too greedy, wanting more money out of the deal. So now there's a longer hold time. Another reason that projects will shrink your profitability is when you come in with a budget of $30,000, and next thing you know, you're wanting to add this and add that. Now that $30,000 turns into $38,000. Well, you just shrunk your profits. Another reason it can be risky is you hire a contractor to do the job, and they tell you 4 weeks, and then things come up and that 4 weeks turns into 8 weeks. Well, now you've shrunk your profits. So it's really about management of acquiring the acquisition of the property, management of the contractor, management of the budget, and management of the resale. You control those four things, and the risk does not become overwhelming. And so you now are very clear on what your role is as the business owner when you're doing flips. So don't make rehabbing risky, just get educated on it. Understand the processes, understand what are the things that I need to get specialized knowledge in. This goes back to our success plan, right? Our success plan is create an idea, build a plan around that idea, get the specialized knowledge that you need to execute that plan, implement that specialized knowledge, and then from there, do work every day, right? Do work every day. And so I encourage you, don't run from rehabs. By all means, there is absolutely an income stream that you could make in rehabbing that is, it could be more than you make now, or even 4 times, 5 times, 6 times more than you make now. And that's something you need to be aware of. You just need to understand the specialized knowledge, right? What are the key components that I need to get educated on so that I can perform doing rehab deals? Don't go at it blindly. Don't go read a book and decide to do it. You're going to fail. Don't go to, watch a TV show and say, oh, this is how I'm going to do it, and you're going to fail, right? So get the specialized knowledge. So here's the thing. I hope you're coming out to our next month's meeting. You can check us out, Madison County Real Estate Investor, or Madison County REIA is really what it is, .com. You can look on our meetup page as well. You can find that on our website. And from there, you can come out and see. We're doing an entire training on the 3 simple steps of running a successful remodel. And those steps are what we're talking about, the management side of it. So I hope to see you at a meeting. We'll see you. Zach Childers here. Bye.